everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and on my channel I typically try and stay away from saying something is the best in a particular price range or category. You know, I've only ever done it a couple times, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again today. And the reason is because a couple days ago I was asked the question, what do I think the best spotting scope is for under $100? And I thought, you know, that's a great question because there really are a lot of offerings within that budget price range, but there are some, and one in particular, that stand out above the rest. So that's what I want to talk about today, the best spotting scope for under $100. You know, through my experience with spotting scopes, I've used expensive ones, but I've never actually spent the money on one. All the spotting scopes that I've ever owned have been within that budget category. So Barska, Bushnell, Sightmark, Celestron, things like that. I've owned them all, and they all have their kind of pluses and minuses. But the one to me that kind of stands aside, it is the one that to me is the best of those bunch, has got to be the Celestron C70. I got this on Amazon. I paid, I think it was $88 or $89 for it. And ever since I got it, I've just been extremely impressed with it. And one of the things that I think really kind of sets it aside from other spotting scopes that are out there is the fact that it's a short body with a 70mm objective. So you have a 70mm objective. This is a mirrored optic. And at 70mm, it allows a lot of light in. And that's one of the problems that I was having with some of the lesser expensive spotting scopes was with a smaller objective, it doesn't let as much light in, and as you get your magnification up to some of the higher ranges, the image begins to look dark. So when you're trying to spot maybe a 223, 556 hole at 600 yards, it's really hard to see a quarter-inch hole at 600 yards when your image is dark and it's a little bit blurry. So 70mm objective, you have a short body, a lot of light transfer, and then it has a really nice, smooth, and very fine focus ring. So you get a lot of light and a very sharp focus, which I think is nice. It might take a little bit extra to get that focus dialed in with this one than some of the others, but once you get it dialed in, it's a really nice, clear picture. The focus range on this is anywhere from 25x all the way up to 75x. So I've been using this, the furthest I've ever used it is 660 yards. And I've been able to see my shots no problem. You know, you get kind of a little bit of a halo effect, which is, I would say, similar to a lot of the other scopes that are out there. Maybe not as bad with this particular one. But again, when you're talking about budget spotting scopes, that's really what you're going to see across the board. So that's not going to be anything that would shock me if I saw that in a budget spotting scope. Also, the body on this one seems really nice. It's got an aluminum body. It's got like this hard kind of rubber armor that is on it. And the armor seems to work out pretty well. Now, as far as it being waterproof, I'm not sure that it would be exactly waterproof. However, I would say maybe a couple weeks ago, I had this out and I was doing some shooting and it started raining. I mean, it just came out of nowhere and the rain started coming down. Well, I was in a hurry to get my expensive electronics, my cameras, my sound equipment, and everything else back in the truck so it would be protected from the rain. Well, this was pretty much the last thing that was on the table. So 5, maybe 6 minutes, this was in pretty good rain. And there is no water inside of it whatsoever. So it is at minimum water resistant. So that's great. You know, again, it's under $100. It seems to be built pretty tough. It's at minimum water resistant. It's got a good focus range all the way up to, zoom range all the way up to 75x. Nice fine focus, 70mm objective with the nice mirrored lenses on the inside. It also comes with some adapters and it comes with a tripod. Now, the tripod is probably the only negative that I would have to say about this entire thing because the tripod's just kind of cheaply made. It's nothing fancy. It's kind of rudimentary in the way that you make your adjustments, but it does make kind of fine adjustments. You make these little turns right here and it can move the optic up and down, left and right. You can tighten everything down. It's kind of light aluminum for the legs and then a really kind of a cheap plastic that holds everything together. So that to me would be the only downside. However, I've had this thing for a while now and I've never changed out the tripod. It's worked really well for me and I've had it on several different shoots. Even when the guys from MSR Arms came down to do a little shooting in the desert, we used this and it was great. We were able to see little spots on rocks probably, you know, 500 or 600 yards away. So that was really cool. Anyway, you know, to answer the question, in my opinion, what I think the best spotting scope is under $100, I would have to say the Celestron C70 is going to be my pick for that particular one because I just feel like out of all the ones that I've used, it is the best one. I should mention too that it does come with cover. It comes with the front cover, lens cover, and it comes with an aluminum ocular cover. and that is threaded. So once you have that thing nice and threaded down onto the rubber base right here, I think that would actually help it be a little bit more waterproof. So just something to consider. I'll put a link to where I bought mine on Amazon if you guys are interested in the description box. But there it is, the Celestron C70. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.